We will be starting right here at this Dragon Tooth Trailhead parking lot, taking the Blue Trail, which I think is also called the Boy Scout Trail, and we'll be going up that Blue Trail all the way to this junction right here. And we'll be taking a right to go to Dragon's Tooth, which is about 1 mile. And this is going to be some of the toughest part, going there and coming back. Dragon's Tooth. So we'll go to Dragon's Tooth and we'll head back to the junction, and then we'll keep on the red line is the Appalachian Trail. And so we'll continue on that all the way to Highway 624, and we'll either have her pick us up. It's only about a half a mile or so down to Four Pines Hostel, where we're going to spend the night. We'll have dinner, and then we'll camp out there, and we'll also have breakfast the next morning before we head back up to the trail for day 2, starting here. Okay, day 2 hike. Starting back at Four Pines Hostel. This blue trail shows go up the road. Whether they take us to the start or we walk, it's not that far, I think about a half a mile. We'll start back where we left off at Highway 624. And like I said, it's 8 miles. I think most of our climbing will be early. You can see the cutbacks. And we're going to go 8 miles to Catawba Shelter. And one of the things I want to point out in those 8 miles, or actually when we get to the shelter, that limited, depending on how many people will be joining us. How many people will be at the shelter. The shelter has, I think, about room for 6. If we bring this up and look at it, here's what's available. Catawba Mountain Shelter has space for about 8. Now, there could be a bunch of other people there, and we have 12 in our group. It does say a designated tenting area just north along that space of 8 in the shelter. So some of us may have to stay in the shelter. And then just north of there, there's room for about a half a dozen tents as well. So not sure how it's going to work out. We may have to crowd up. Whatever we have to do, we have to do. It also depends on how many people are hiking at the same time. And this will be the end of day 2, 8 miles. Day 3, we're going to start up at Catawba Mountain Shelter, where we camped for night 2. And this is going to be an 8-mile day, and mostly going to be along ridge walking, so I don't think it's going to be as hard. And we're going to pass 2 of the iconic 3 great viewpoints. So on the way, there's McAfee Knob. Give you an idea. Or that's cliffs. There's McAfee Knob. A little bit of the iconic view from McAfee Knob. You've probably seen these in many videos before. This is one of the most traveled places on the entire Appalachian Trail. And the same day, we will be passing by Tinker Cliffs, which is really beautiful. And Tinker Cliffs goes quite some ways. So we'll be hiking along the edge of Tinker Cliffs for quite a ways. There's Tinker Cliffs. And that's just a sample of the cliffs. We'll be passing that for quite a while. And finish up Lambert Shelter. Lambert Shelter itself, there's not a lot of room there at all. If you look at it, they talk about it. They do have a privy and water. but they say the best place to camp is just a little bit further. That's this camping area here, Lambert's Meadow Campsite. That's where we'll plan on, because it looks like there's a lot of space there and water available. We'll read the notes to make sure. That will be actually going to that will be our end of day 3, and where we're going to spend the night. Day 4 is our last day. It's going to be a longer day, 9.4 miles, but it shouldn't be too tough. A lot of it will be downhill into Daleville. We'll be starting at Catawba Mountain Shelter camping area, probably right here, and 9.4 miles. I don't know how many views there will be, if any, but we will be finishing up, and that will be Saturday. We'll be finishing up in Daleville, coming out on US Route 220. And I have, like I said, I've done this entire hike before. Finishing up here, and as we finish here, notice, just take a right. There's several places to grab something to eat. This Rancho Mexican restaurant is just right there. I'm heading there for a margarita right after we finish, I'm sure. And behind it is the Spark Hotel, where we are going to spend the night. You can see it right there, a little bed and breakfast place. That will finish our trip, and then Sunday morning we'll head back to the airport to fly home. Just finished our hike. We were dead and ran across this little Mexican place, and I can assure you this is the best margarita I've ever had in my life.